Hello, my babies. 'Tis I, TheMegChan, and welcome to a tarot reading based on Hazbin Hotel. This is 8-Bit Tarot. This is my new tarot channel. If you watched my first video, these all should be going up at the same time, but if you watched it, thank you. Or you might be watching this out of order, and that's totally fine, but this is Hazbin Hotel. And it's a love reading. The theme is going to be hear my hope, what they want to say. So yeah, I'll get into the piles and what each of them are, and I'm trying something different, so there might be pictures up on the screen. Well, there will be pictures up on the screen representing the different ships. So you can pick based on the ship, based on the tarot card, artwork, or the back, and or just number as well. But before I get into that, I wanted to show you guys what I had planned for this. So first off, I like doing energy checks. So this will be you and then your person, whoever it is that you're thinking about. Again, I said this is a love reading, but I guess it doesn't have to necessarily be romantic. This could be somebody that might just want to tell you something, but take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I may not be drawing 3 cards. I haven't decided yet. I think I might just draw 2. I don't know. 3 sounds right though. And then you're connecting energy. And then the cards that I'll draw from there afterwards are the mask, which is what they show you. The truth, what they keep on the inside. What's unsaid. And then why it's unsaid. And what they really want you to know. So these 2 things could be totally different, but they kind of maybe go hand in hand. And then the why is, I believe I wrote this a few days ago, so forgive me. I believe it's why they haven't told you what they want to tell you yet. It might also be why they feel that way, but I'm thinking it's more why they haven't. And then there will be an extended reading for this up on Etsy. The link to that will be in the description below. So the first card for that will be their intentions, what they intend in the next, short while, few months, whatever, their likely movement within the next few months, a message from their higher self, and a potential outcome. So, let me know also if you like the differences in the extended versus the main reading. I'm still kind of getting used to doing these, but we have 4 piles to choose from. I'm being, what's the word? Oh my God, it's on the tip of my tongue. I really can't think of it. Anyway, I'm going above and beyond, I guess I'll just say. So the first one we have our ship is Chaggie, so Charlie and Vaggie. And we have, oh my God, I forgot the name of this tarot deck. But I'll just show you the bottom of the deck. This won't necessarily be your card, but just to give you an idea of the artwork, I will have that in the description below. Then this one is the Rainbow Tarot, and that's representing CherrySnake. So it's Serpentius and Cherry Bomb. And the bottom of the deck, we have the 5 of Cups artwork. Again, this doesn't necessarily mean this will be your card, but it is part of the artwork if it helps you decide. Then this is one of my favorite decks. This is the 8-Bit Fantasy Tarot deck. And this will represent, I don't know the ship name, but Baxter and Nifty. And then the bottom of the deck, I'll just turn it this way. We have the 10 of Wands. See how it's 8-bit? I love it so much. Which is also why I call this 8-bit tarot. And then lastly, we have Huskerdust. Yes, or Huskerdust, which is Husk and Angel Dust. And this is actually the Golden Girls tarot. So on the bottom, we have the Emperor, and I believe that's Stan from, yes, that Golden Girls, the Golden Girls. There's Sophia. So another one of my absolute favorite decks. A friend of mine got me that. So anyway, so there's your 4 decks. Take all the time you need to choose. Pause this if you need to. And I'll see you guys in your reading. Bye. Hello, Pile One. If you chose this tarot deck that I forgot the name of, or Chaggie or Charlie and Vaggie, then you are in the right place. We are going to start off with an energy check for you and your person, and then we will get started with the actual reading, as well as the extended if you choose to purchase it. So like I said before, I will have this kind of off into the corner here, like right there, off camera. And I will shuffle these off camera as well. Sorry, my table's a little crazy. It is nighttime, so I don't have a lot of light to work with except for the overhead light, so I have to shoot at an angle because otherwise you would just see my phone's shadow. So Spirit, what can you tell me about Pile One and their person, please and thank you. So please tell me, Pile One, let's tune into their energy first. I'm going to select 3 cards for you guys, representing your energy. This will just be like personality traits, maybe a situation you're in. If it sounds familiar to you, then you're in the right spot. But if it doesn't, and another deck called to you, or another pile called to you, then go ahead and choose that one. So we got the Ace of Wands in the Ace of Swords in reverse. Put that way up there. You can see that. It's kind of hard to see. It's not really focusing on it very well either. The Ace of Swords in reverse. The 7 of Pentacles in reverse. And the King of Wands in reverse. My goodness. Every single element up here. You're a well-rounded person. I'm going to go ahead and draw because I'm just in the groove now. I'm going to go ahead and draw for your person as well. So Spirit, to me to Pile One's person's energy. That one just flipped around. 2 of Swords reversed. And I'm running out of storage already. Let's move these over here. 2 of Swords reversed. 5 of Pentacles in the upright. So something's going right here. I'm just kidding. All right, last card for pile number 1's person. 2 of Cups. Interesting. Very nice. Okay. So Spirit, tell me what connects these 2 people together. What is their connection like? Oh. The 4 of Wands in reversed. So I feel like maybe this pile also was in the first. Sorry. I still feel like this pile, maybe you were also watching my first video, because I'm getting some very similar vibes to one of them. I can't remember which one it was, but I'm getting confusion. Like the Ace of Swords reverse oftentimes represents confusion, like a cloudy, cluttered mind, overthinking. The 7 of Pentacles reversed. Kind of the same thing, but more burnout, which I also got from one of the last piles. Or one of the last piles in the last video. And then with the King of Wands in reverse, it can mean also burnout. Double the burnout here. But it can also mean kind of arrogance, control issues. So like there's a lot going on. You're not in a very good headspace, Pile One. I can tell. And that's not like, I mean, it is a bad thing, but I don't want to say it's a bad thing because, you know, like, I get it. It's human, right? Something must have happened. And I wonder if it's involved, if it has to do with this connection. It may not have to do with this connection. It might just be because you just feel this way. Or you might feel this way from like a different kind of connection. I don't know. But there is something going on in your life that is making you feel done. You don't feel very confident. You don't feel very, you're not very patient. And that's a very real, there's a real reason for that. You're feeling impatient, and it's not just a feeling of, oh, I want this and I want it now kind of feeling. It's a, I've waited long enough feeling. And I'm done. So that's what I'm picking up for you. If that sounds like you, then this is probably your pile. But if it doesn't, then you might need a different pile. So let's go ahead and take a look at your person. So your person is also feeling impatient, but in a sort of go-getter kind of way. The Two of Swords reversed. Yeah, the Two of Swords reversed. You've been either ignored for too long, or you've been ignoring something for too long, and you're just like, I'm done feeling this way. I'm done waiting. I'm ready to go. So that is part of it. The other two parts with the Five of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. The Five of Pentacles upright can mean loss. It can mean kind of feeling like you lack something. Maybe you're stretched thin financially, emotionally, spiritually. You're struggling. You're struggling to make ends meet right now, and you feel unsupported. But with the Two of Swords in reversed and the Two of Cups, you're not, or not you, but your person, did I say you before? I'm so sorry. Your person is not taking crap anymore. The Two of Swords in reverse, yes, it means, like I said, burnout and impatience, but it's sort of a, kind of go get it for myself kind of feeling. And with the Two of Cups in there, it's interesting that there's the Two of Swords reverse and the Two of Cups upright, because the Two of Cups upright is a card about bonding. It's like it's like the card of love, right? So you are in love, I think. Not you. I keep saying you. Oh my God. Your person is in love. Your person is, or at least coming, like wanting companionship and is ready for companionship. And they are they're basically wanting that companionship. They're tired of being treated like nothing. They're in a position now where it's like, I'm at the bottom. I have nothing else to lose. So I may as well go for what I want, right? Like, I'm not afraid anymore. I have nothing to lose. I'm ready. That sort of that. And then what your connection is it kind of says there's a need for balance. There's a need for harmony, for connection. But there's something here. There's something here that makes it not right, I guess. Maybe it's the timing. Because in the upright, the Four of Wands is a very celebratory card. It's a celebration. Whatever you name it, community milestones, it's success. But in the reverse, it means instability. So something that's connecting you. I don't think that it's that you guys feel unstable together. I don't think it's that you guys feel like you don't want each other or don't love each other. It's that you're in a place where you can't really take the relationship as far as you want to, if that makes sense. You know, something about it just feels shaky. It's like you're trying to celebrate something that hasn't been built yet. There's a lot of like looking into the future. I don't know. I think this person has a lot to say, and I'm very curious to know what that is. So we're going to get into the deep dive now of the reading, which is 5 cards: the mask, the truth, what is unsaid, why it is unsaid, and what they wish for you to know. What they are saying is their hope. So, Spirit, please tune me into pile 1's person's energy. And let's answer some questions. What is it that what's the mask they wear? How does pile 1 see this person? What is it they show them? The 8 of Cups reversed. What's the truth behind them and this connection? What is the truth? The 2 of Wands. What is... Oh God, I forgot already. Oh yes, okay. So what is unsaid? What is unsaid, whether it's in the future, now? What is not said between you two? What has been unsaid? The Fool. Huh. Interesting. Fool's about beginnings and adventure, taking risks. Why do they feel this way? Why do they feel this way? Why? What was it again? Oh my God. Is it why they feel this way? Or why? I have my notes. Or I can't find it now. Okay, that's fine. We'll wing it. Why do they feel this way? Why haven't they said what they want to say? What's holding them back, Spirit? What's the why? The 5 of Swords reversed. And finally, what is it they want to say to pile 1? If they could tell them anything right now, what would they say? The 6 of Swords reversed. So with the 8 of Cups reversed, they're not very emotional. They look very nonchalant, like they don't care. They put on a face, and you might see them as someone who is checked out emotionally. I have a feeling here that definitely not. They're moving on. They're not dealing with this. They're not invested. But with the 2 of Wands, that's like the perfect contrast here. They are they may be showing you that they don't care, but underneath they care very deeply. They care very deeply about you, is what I'm hearing. And what they feel on the inside is very much like they're inspired, I think. They feel like they have options. I know that sounds really weird for a love reading, but maybe it's like they're keeping their options open, is what I'm thinking. I wouldn't take that as a bad thing. This doesn't necessarily mean they're seeing somebody or they're seeing multiple people or whatever. If this is like a love reading, or maybe you don't care and you guys are, dating around, or it's like something of that nature. You're not really, together. You don't necessarily care about being with this person at this point. Again, I was getting the feeling that this is a relationship for some reason or another that can't really happen right now, because it seems like you two are just not in the place for it. But this is someone who does care about you. And they are thinking, what's next? Like, what is on the horizon? Which brings me to the third card, which is the Fool. And that is a card of beginnings and journeys and taking risks and taking leaps. Where did it go? Why am I always losing my stuff? Oh my God, right there. Okay, I need to just have this open. There, hopefully it won't fall. So what's unsaid, which again, might be something they tell you, it might not be something they want to tell you. But they are thinking about new beginnings. So deep, deep down inside, they think that this is, whatever this is and whatever it could be, is a possibility. Yeah, they want a fresh start. They want something new, but they won't say that. Again, this is what is not going to be, this is the unsaid, so, and will probably never be said. But yeah, they are, it might never be said, I should say. They see this as a very, very much a possibility. As far as the why, so I'm getting that this is why they won't tell you. And it's, they want to avoid conflict at all possible. Any sort of conflict of interest or something. I wonder if, like, maybe you guys are seeing somebody already. Or if there's, like, other people involved. I'm getting that kind of vibe. But if not, like, again, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Let's see here. Yeah, they're tired of fighting. But they're not going to tell you because they don't want drama. They don't want... I'm getting that they don't want to be right. Which... It's like a damned if they do and damned if they don't kind of thing. You know? Like, that's the vibes I'm getting. Like, they almost don't want to tell you how they feel. Not because they're afraid of you feeling like you rejecting them, but you feeling the same way. That's scarier. And I don't know what the situation is. Again, could be lots of stuff going on. It looks like there's lots of stuff going on in your life and a lot of stuff going on in their life. But yeah, it feels like it's a damned if I do, damned if I don't kind of situation. And again, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But that's what I'm picking up. So what do they wish for you to know? They're not done. That's what they wish for you to know. They like you a lot. They have a big old friggin' heart for you. Like, I'm gonna throw up, kind of. I'm kidding. No, like, it's like, they're not actually, like, it's funny because the mask is saying, I'm moving on. I'm done. I don't like you. I'm not gonna give you the time of day. But then their true feelings over here and what they really want to say is absolutely obvious. No, I'm not moving on. I'm not. I'm kidding. Just kidding. I really want to plan my future with you. If I could have it all with you, I would, but, there's a big but in there. Lol. And then with the Four of Wands reversed, how you both really want stability, and, you know, something solid, but it can't be. I mean, that's the why too. That's crazy. This was crazy. And pile one, I feel for you. I think I understand too. I completely get it. I found myself in a similar situation before. And it sucks. It sucks to be in a place where it's like, damned if I do and damned if I don't, you know? I wish I had better news for you, but yeah, no, honestly, I think this is good news for you. I think it's good news that they care about you and they want the best for you. No matter what that is, that's what I'm getting. They really they want to know that you're happy. But it's not going to stop them from dreaming about what could be. Oh, I'm going to cry. Oh, this is sweet. I can't wait to see what's in the extended. So then the extended, we're going to look, in case you forgot, we're going to also look at their intentions. So, you know, this obviously maybe their intentions right now are to hold back, but we'll see. There might be something else going on. There might be, you never know. They might be, stay tuned, right? So they're likely movement towards you. So like what they're gonna, you know, like what they're gonna do next, how likely is it that they'll, you know, move towards you or talk to you or some kind of confession, something like that. A message from their higher self, which, you know, this is what they want to say to you, their higher self. You know, it's obviously a little bit more, I don't want to say intelligent, but there's more wisdom there that we can learn. And then there's potential outcome. What's down the line? So even if this isn't something that can happen now, maybe what can happen in the future. So if you'd like to purchase that, it'll be in the description below on my Etsy page, and it could possibly be on a different site. I'm not sure yet, but if you guys are leaving me here, then thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please like it. If you dislike it, go ahead and dislike it. Doesn't matter to me none. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe and be sure to share this with your friends so I can continue to grow and make better content for you guys. And once again, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. If you picked CherrySnake or Cherry Bomb and Serpentious, or the backs of the Rainbow Tarot, or perhaps the artwork, if you were drawn to the artwork, then this is your pile. Like I said in the intro, we're going to start out with a energy check. You versus your person. We'll start with you. And then if this sounds like you, then it was your pile. But if it doesn't, then you might need to pick a different pile. I like to go based off of my intuition and what just kind of speaks out to me first. So Spirit, can you tune me into pile 2's collective energy and how they're feeling, not necessarily about their person, but just how they're feeling in general, so we can get a quick energy check. Right, please and thank you. So we have the Magician. Is this 2 cards? Oh, it is. Oh, okay. Interesting. I'm just going to take one of those. So that's the Magician. And I like to shuffle off screen because I'm just not that good at it. The Devil. I love the artwork in this, honestly. And then one more. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. So the Magician in reversed. the Devil upright and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So now let's pull some cards for your person, whoever's on your mind, whoever you want to ask about. Spirit to me into pile two's collective energy with their person and how they are currently feeling. Not necessarily about them, but just in general, please. King of Swords. Let's move these over this way, please. This deck is way smaller than the first deck, which I like. I like it when they're a little bit smaller. I am not good at shuffling. What's the word? I don't remember the word. Eight of Wands. The something shuffle. A lot of people, the one where you take them both and you go like that. Yeah, I can't do that. I'm bad at it. So I just shuffle the old-fashioned way. One more piece. The Nine of Wands in reverse. Interesting. Okay. And then this card will be your connecting energy. So, Spirit, what is connecting these two people together at the moment? Could be like a shared feeling, interest, whatever situation. Five of Pentacles reversed. So I said this in the last one, and I feel like maybe you guys watched my first video with K-pop demon hunters, because I'm getting a little bit of the same energy check here too that I got in the first one. The Magician reverse is someone who feels kind of disconnected from their own spark and their goals. So it can show up as like self-doubt, scattered energy, maybe manipulation. This is intentional or unintentional. And then the Devil is a card about desires and indulgence. So it's very interesting that these two things popped up together. Yeah. Imposter syndrome for the Magician reversed. Self-doubt. Maybe you're trying to talk yourself into something you don't really believe in. And with the Devil, it can be like temptation, addiction, unhealthy attachments. Like, I know this isn't good for me, but I'm gonna do it anyway. That kind of vibe. Then the Nine of Pentacles reversed, we have kind of like codependency, not feeling like you're enough, feeling financially, emotionally unstable, or relying on someone too much. And that all sounds bad. I'm just going to be honest. That does sound kind of bad, doesn't it? But it's someone who feels, for the most part, kind of trapped in a cycle, trapped in a way, and insecure. You're kind of stuck on something that you shouldn't be stuck, and you don't really trust yourself a lot. So I'm not sure what happened to you, pile two, but you're definitely not in the best place, it seems. And I'm not laughing at you. I'm just saying, like, I'm just kind of, I don't know. I get nervous. I laugh when I'm nervous. Maybe it's something that you do too. You know, it's one of those, if you're not laughing, you're crying. That sort of thing. May as well laugh, because otherwise I'd be crying. And again, if that doesn't resonate, then go pick something else. I don't want you to try to make that fit. But yeah, that's the vibes I'm picking up with you. What about your person, though? Your person's also kind of in a negative headspace. With the King of Swords reversed, this could be someone who's pretty stubborn. and maybe just like shutting down mentally. Maybe they're manipulative, not in the sort of sense like before where it's like emotion, like unintentional kind of way. And someone who's like maybe emotionally detached. With the Eight of Wands, oh, come on, reversed as well. They are facing a lot of setbacks and delays. So your person might be either they're dragging their feet or they're in a situation where something or someone is dragging their feet. So there's like burnout, there's exhaustion, there's, shutting down, there's becoming emotionally detached, and then there's something they're just basically tired of what's going on. And then with the Nine of Wands reversed, we've got somebody who is also, that also signals burnout, defensiveness, feeling like you're stuck in survival mode. Are you two together? Maybe you're facing whatever this is together, because we've also got the Five of Pentacles in reverse. That's, your connecting energy. The Five of Pentacles in reverse as your connecting energy can mean that you're recovering from a loss. So maybe this is like your partner or someone you know, or you're both just in the same situation. And you're having to rebuild together. So whether that's like your life or finances or literally your relationship, that's your connecting energy right now. And it's interesting because we had the Nine of Pentacles over here for your energy in reverse, and then the Nine of Wands in reverse for your person. So two nines on the separate ends of the spectrum. I also find it interesting that you got the Magician too, because the Magician upright. Oh, I clicked on full. Oops. Sorry. I still need like a cheat sheet for this stuff. I'll memorize them all one day. I have some of them memorized, but not all of them. But I was going to say with the Magician upright, yeah, it's someone who's like very inspired. So in reverse, that means like basically burnout and self-doubt. So think of someone who might be very confident on one hand, but maybe they lost their spark, or they're just, maybe in a situation where something or somebody's dragging their feet. I know that was for your person, but I'm getting the feeling that that might be affecting you as well. Like I said, I feel like this might be like your partner. And you are just in a situation where, and again, take this with a grain of salt. Leave what doesn't resonate and take what does. And that won't apply to all of you. But if this is someone who you've been in a relationship with before or are currently in a relationship with, then it would make sense that the Five of Pentacles reversed would be connecting you. Because this might be something that you want to rebuild together. That's the energy I get. I'm going to go ahead and pull for you guys now. Your person, so this is, you hear my hope, what they want to say to you. The first card I'm going to pull is their mask. So this is your person's mask. Whether you are with this person or not, again, take it with a grain of salt. Might not apply to every single one of you, but again, if just nothing resonates, then this might not be your pile. So, the mask. Spirit, can you tell me what the mask is on pile two's person? What do they wear as their mask in front of pile 2? Temperance in reverse. Okay. What is the truth behind the mask? Not necessarily what they would tell you, because that'll be the last one we pull. But what is their truth? What is the truth behind the mask? 7 of Pentacles reversed. Interesting. Spirit, what is unsaid by this person and what might necessarily not be said by them at all in this relationship? The Star. Ah, okay. Getting a clear picture now. So, Spirit, why is this not being said at the moment? Why then can't they tell pile 2? What is it they want to say but they can't? Or why can't they say what they want to say? That was confusing. The Empress. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to interpret this for you. And finally, Spirit, what does pile 2's person wish for them to know? What is their hope? That's what I should have said. I realized after I did pile 1 that I didn't do very much Hazbin Hotel-y stuff. Oh well. So what is it they wish for pile 2 to know, Spirit? The Knight of Cups reversed. Look how pretty this card is. Can I just point this out real quick? Like, look how pretty that is. I like that a lot. I don't know what's happening in those bubbles, but I like that. It's kind of hard to tell. Again, I was using this card last time, and I was like, is this AI art? Better not be. I like the Empress in this deck, too. Okay. Let me take a sippy sip. So with Temperance reverse, well, let me just say what the upright means with Temperance. It's kind of your signal to slow down. It's someone who, it's this, according to the thing I'm reading, it's an angel pouring 2 cups. In this one, though, it looks like, honestly, it looks like she has like a hot poker or a stirring stick. And she's making something? I don't know. So it's about integrating. It's about finding balance. Being grounded. However, in the reverse, balance is off. There's no harmony. There's overindulgence. There's burnout. Flipping between extremes. So this person's mask might be something, you might be seeing them as somebody who indulges a lot. I hate to say this, but the first thing that came to my mind was maybe somebody with a substance problem. Someone who might hide under drugs or alcohol. I hope that is not true. I'm laughing because I'm nervous here. It's a defense mechanism. Shut up. No, I'm just kidding. No, I hope that's not true. I do. But if it resonates, you know it resonates and you know what I'm talking about. And then again, that might not be for all of you, but this person might be somebody who does kind of hide themselves under dependence of some kind. Might not necessarily be drugs or alcohol. Could be something completely different. It could be this their work that they're hiding themselves beneath, right? It could be a hobby. It could be his persona. But the what I'm getting mostly is addiction. Yeah. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Lots of reversals, but you notice how there's reversals here, right? But then it's when it comes to what's unsaid and why, we've got some major arcana and we've got them in the upright. So hang on, I will get to that. I just wanted to make that known. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse is, again, burnout. So this is somebody who, again, these two cards really go hand in hand. They may look like they're burnt out on the outside and they're also burnt out on the inside. But the difference here is that this is somebody who's indulging. Maybe you both are indulgers because you got the devil as well. Maybe you both have some sort of issues with codependence or addiction or something. And I'm not a therapist, so please don't take that as me diagnosing anyone, But that's the vibe of these two cards that I'm getting, and the devil for you. Just somebody, you're both just, you're going through it, to be quite honest. And your person is drained. That's the truth. They're really drained right now. What's unsaid though? Here's where it gets interesting, because we got the Star for what's unsaid, and we got the Empress for the why. So the Star is where it gets good. And this is something they may tell you one day, but they also may not. It might just be something that is a truth that's just gonna be there, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense. It all fits together, but it's just another truth, basically. What's unsaid? What could remain unsaid? So with the Star, it follows the tarot or the Tower in the major arcana. And it represents renewal, inspiration, faith, spiritual alignment. Healing, I think, is the biggest message here. Your person, and I hope this goes for you as well, because I feel like you guys are really connected and really similar in a lot of ways, but your person's healing. It's not necessarily going to be something that is obvious, but they are healing. They may be, again, this and the Tower. If you don't know tarot, the Tower is a very chaotic card. It's chaos. It's not necessarily bad chaos, but it's chaos. So the Star following the Tower is signaled, and to me, and this is how I interpret it, it signals to me that this is the start of a healing journey. Why won't they tell you this? See, the Empress represents like a motherly figure, creative, someone caring, someone sensual, deeply in tune with nature, deeply in tune with her spirituality, growth. The reason they're not going to tell you this, or it's not going to become super obvious, is because, so Spirit's showing me like a seed. Okay. I get it. Spirit's showing me like a little seed. When you first plant a seed into the ground, what do? You water it, right? And you leave it alone. You don't come back. You don't dig it up to check that it's growing. You don't, move it a lot. I mean, you might replant it, and you definitely water it and that sort of thing, or give it, extra dirt, extra nutrients. But you don't you're not supposed to do too much, right? So the healing process here is something that needs a step back. And I don't want to say that lightly, because for some of you, that step back could literally mean taking a break, right? But I think for the majority of you, I think all it means is just to trust the process, right? So again, I am begging you, take what resonates and leave what doesn't, and take it with a grain of salt if it resonates. Again, not everything is going to be exactly the way it's supposed to, because it's a collective reading, but this is giving me seed of healing vibes. I like that. It's very RPG. Like the seed of healing. If you take the seed of healing, you will gain all your HP back. That's like thinking of like, oh my God, Shining Force or something. I feel like there's a seed in there, or gives you like an extra level. I don't remember, but I know there's a seed. And that's what it's making me think of. But when you plant a literal seed, you don't mess with it a lot. So I think what this means is you're not meant to see the healing, because you're not meant to interfere with it. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. It makes sense kind of, but I don't know. I'm not you. I know that's going to, I just know in my heart that's going to resonate with somebody. Please let me know if it does. What they wish for you to know. Here's the juicy part, and here's the whole point of our reading here, right? Knight of Cups reversed. So the Knight of Cups reversed, it's someone who is kind of being avoidant emotionally. Maybe they're moody. That's what the Knight of Cups represents in the reverse. Someone who's hesitant to act on their feelings. What I think they want you to know, or what they want to tell you, is be patient. I'm not getting that they want to tell you that they feel emotionally avoidant or moody or anything like that. Like, they're not telling you, I'm done or I'm ready to close up, because they're already closed up, right? What they're saying to you is be patient. And that tracks with the Star and the Empress too, as our unsaid and our why. So again, take that with a grain of salt. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I hope this helped. Gosh, I feel like you guys are, again, I felt this with one of the piles in the first one. I can't remember which one, but I feel for you. I feel like you guys are going through it, and I feel that it's going to get better. It's just a very slow process. But I do feel like things are going to get better between the two of you. I just think and it might be one of those situations where you don't have the patience anymore to hang on, and that is okay. Whatever you decide is right for you. So I am going to leave this reading here, but I am going to take it over to the extended now. And in the extended, I will just remind you here, we'll look at their intentions, their next intentions, any other likely movement that this person might be making towards you. a message from their higher self. So even more of their hear my hope, and then a potential outcome. I did not write this down, but in pile 1, I ended up drawing a advice card from spirit, higher self, whichever, in order to move towards the potential outcome faster or avoid it, depending on what the potential outcome is. So yeah, if you are joining me there, then I'll see you over at Etsy. That link will be in the description below. If not, then I will just go ahead and leave you guys here. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like it. If you dislike it, go ahead and dislike it. Doesn't matter to me none. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe and be sure to share this with your friends so that I can continue to grow and make better content for you guys. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose the 8-bit tarot, fantasy tarot deck, or Nifty and Baxter, then this is your group. I'm just going to start shuffling off screen. It has actually been a little bit of time. A lot of time has passed since my last, since I filmed, because Thanksgiving or Friendsgiving happened, and whoops, I've been so busy with my other my main channel, and now it's Christmas, so I'm trying to get all these videos recorded and up by January. So you're probably going to hear me talking about the holidays, and it's going to be January, and you might be confused by that, but don't worry. And again, this is a timeless reading, so you can watch this whenever you want. So this is Hear My Hope, what they want to say. And we're going to first draw some cards to represent you, and then your person, and then your link between you two. So, or this, whatever's like kind of, whatever links you guys together, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's kind of what I said, but I can't read what I wrote. So we have the Lovers reversed. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, well that just popped out, didn't it? 4 of Cups in the upright. These are your cards. Pile number 3. And your person, okay, I hope you can see that. It's a little tilted. Let me see if I can just do it a little bit like that. I don't want it to be too far off screen, but I think that's gonna be the best that I can do, to be honest. At least for now. This is also a small deck, so maybe I don't have to have as much room. So first card for your person, 9 of Wands in reversed. Person on your mind, not necessarily the person you are with or maybe want to be with, just whoever you want this. And then again, this doesn't have to necessarily be a love reading, but I think most of the messages that come through will be love related. The 7 of Swords reversed. Last one, not least, King of Swords. Wow, that's interesting. And then what's the link between you guys? Oh, the Hermit. Okay. All right. Give me a sec while I figure this out. So group number 3, we'll start with you. The Lovers reversed. When we think of the Lovers, we think of pretty much that. It's 2 lovers, you know, meeting, destined to be together, very soulmate, twin flame type energy, right? So when it's reversed, it's like something's not right. Something's out of sync. You could have some sort of disconnection in a relationship, maybe maybe you yourself are struggling to commit, or your partner or whoever you want to be with is struggling to commit. And there's some red flags that you're ignoring. When we pair that with the Queen of Pentacles, though, it's a little bit different. Actually, I take that back. It's pretty much the same. Well, no, it is different because the Queen of Pentacles is very grounded, very stable. She knows her worth. She knows, who she is and what she needs to do to get to where she needs to be. It's like she's saying, I'm good on my own. Whereas the Lovers is a very kind of almost codependent energy. So there's a bit of a disconnect here, honestly. With the Four of Cups, though, again, that's very much like, I'm not interested. I'm okay on my own energy. You see how this cloud here is offering the cup, and he's just like, whatever. So, Queen of Pentacles is fine on her own. Four of Cups is fine on his own. And then the Lovers, I'm thinking you're a very, I don't want to say lonely person, but you know your worth and you know who you are in everything except for love. That's totally the thing, right? I know a lot of women tend to be very, well, okay, you might be a man, I'm sorry. But a lot of people could very well be, successful girl boss, guy boss energy. But just when it comes to relationships, they are all over the fucking place, right? So, it's just, there's some weird mismatch here, but it's not too, it doesn't really seem to be it makes sense is what I'm trying to say. So on your person's side, we have the Knight of Wands reversed, the Seven of Swords reversed, and then the King of Swords. So that's interesting too. Your person is kind of in a very similar situation that you are in. With the Knight of Wands reversed, this is like burnout, and you're kind of being you're someone stuck in survival mode. You see kind of how he's well, at least in the upright, he's looking out, right? In the reversed, he might be cautious in the upright, but in the reversed, it's very much I'm tired of this grandpa, and that's too damn bad. That's what I'm getting. He's done being brave. He wants to go home. Then with the Seven of Swords in reverse, it's secrecy. So it might be somebody over here might be someone who is very secretive, very burnt out in a lot of ways, but trying to hide it, I would say. And then with the King of Swords, which is the interesting part, again, with the kings and the queens, these are people who have their shit together, right? The King of Swords is the master of clarity, truth, and strategy. I'm reading this from tarot.com. Cool-headed and razor-sharp. He's an embodiment of mental authority. Commands respect, but not by shouting, but by speaking facts, the truth. And then with the Seven of Swords, that is not the truth. It's not necessarily not the truth. It's just secrecy. It's like hiding something. It might be somebody who what am I trying to say here? Somebody who lets you know the facts that you need to know and nothing else. You know, like when you're like, so for me, for example, I tend to overshare. Like when you're calling out sick, right? I tend to be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I can't come to work today. I threw up last night. The baby's on fire. Like my dog took a huge crap on the lawn. Like, I overshare. What they need to know when you call in sick is, hey, I'm not coming to work today. And that is the type of person this is. This is the no nonsense. Like, I'm burnt the fuck out. I am tired of this, Grandpa. And I'm going to let the world know what it needs to know and hide the rest. So that sounds like your person, and that sounds like you. Then this might be your reading. I almost forgot to do the Hermit, which is your connecting energy. That was the word I was trying to remember earlier. So your connecting energy on a surface level, what I'm getting is that you guys are homebodies. You like to, and now I'm getting flashbacks from my other readings, and I think it was either 1 or 2, so there might be messages in 1 or 2 for you too. But with the Hermit, it's someone who seeks solitude and being, not alone necessarily, but introverted and staying indoors. Like you guys might share that together. You guys might be very philosophical together. You might talk a lot about spirituality and life and, what else is out there. So that could be, your shared life. It could be your shared topics. So if that resonates with you, then this is your pile. If not, then you might need to pick a different pile. So let's move on to the rest of your cards. We have the Mask, the Truth, what is unsaid, the Why it's unsaid, and what it is they wish for you to know. What do they want to say? Hear my hope. All right, Spirit, tune me into pile 4's collective energy and what their person is hiding from them. It sounds like they are a hider. It sounds like they are, but not in like the worst way that I'm not getting that they're like a hider and they're secretive as in they're cheating. I'm getting that they're secretive as in they just don't like oversharing. I don't see it as this is a bad kind of thing. Especially with the King of Swords there. It's a very no-nonsense, type energy. So we have the 3 of Pentacles, the 9 of Swords as the Truth. 3 of Pentacles is the Mask. 9 of Swords is the Truth. What is unsaid, which is also the truth, but it may or may not ever be said. The 4 of Pentacles. Why won't this be said, Spirit? Oh, hello. How do I flip this? Let me see. Okay, yeah, that's fine. The 10 of Swords is why. And what do they wish for you to know? What is their hope here? I love this 8-bit art so much. Lots of swords, man. Lots and lots of swords here. And pentacles, too. A little bit of everything. Oh, hello. The Hanged Man reversed. It's funny because it's a hangman reverse, but when it's reversed, it's like he's just doing a little ballet dance. Okay. So this person's mask, what they're kind of showing on the surface, this person might be someone who's very collaborative, who believes in teamwork. And doesn't really like to do things alone. At least that's how they appear. Could be somebody who is like very forward, like very, like seemingly very extroverted. But what's funny is that your shared connection is the hermit. And again, that doesn't have to necessarily mean introverted. It could just be y'all are both philosophical, you like having deep conversations, stuff like that. But if it is introversion that you share, then it's pretty interesting. This person might have like something that they have to wear, as in like for work, like a mask that they wear for work, like when they, or maybe they're a performer of some kind, an actor, someone that makes it look very extroverted. So, but when they get with you or other people and they turn that work or that actor, or whatever persona off, they're very kind of introverted. With the Nine of Swords, that's the truth. This is someone who's kind of emotionally burdened. Someone, maybe not emotionally burdened is the right word. Maybe it's someone who very much overthinks and is anxiety and has a lot of anxiety. So they might put on, like, on the surface, they might be very much for collaboration, teamwork, and, helping out. On the inside, they definitely have things that keep them up at night. That's not to say that they aren't for teamwork. That's not to say that they aren't extroverted. But the face that they put on for most people is that brave face, that extroversion, that I've got to be cooperative kind of thing. Maybe they work in politics, and they have to meet people halfway sometimes. Not that that ever happens, but it's just an example. And then what's unsaid is interesting here with the Four of Pentacles in reversed. That's somebody who in the upright is very like hoarding, kind of like with their resources. They don't give very freely. They don't that's in the upright, but in the that's in the upright, but in the reverse it usually means the opposite, but in this case it means to the extreme. It's someone who really hoards. Not hoarding as in hoarding goods. I mean, it could mean that, but like someone who clings to something too hard. And that might not be resources, that might be thoughts, that might be habits, maybe even a philosophy. But it's definitely somebody who is not letting go anytime soon of something. There's something that they just, maybe it's something they've had a long time, held on to for a long time. They are obsessed is the best way to put that. That is the unsaid. And why is it unsaid? Why? Or some of this could be, why is it unsaid? Why do they feel that way? I think a big part of this is I think the main thing I've gotten so far is the why this is unsaid, and I think that's what's going on here too. Ten of Swords, it's a very, well, that escalated kind of card. That's what this says, actually. And it's the moment where the battle has ended. He sees this guy in the field with just like 10 swords in him. You know, it's that, it's all over. Everything's done. This could mean that this person might be clinging on to something because they're afraid of losing it. You know what I mean? Maybe they've been abandoned in the past. They've been hurt. And that's why they are not telling you about this obsession. That's why they keep it to themselves. But what they want you to know, and that's what brings us to the main point of our reading, is the Hangman reversed. They want you to know. And that's interesting because the Hangman in reversed is about clinging to control and ignoring signs to slow down, which this was clinging, right? This is what they don't want you to know, or what they have unsaid, and they may never say. So it's like they're wrestling with themselves here. They want to tell you, but then they also don't. What are they obsessed with? What is it they're obsessed with? I want to pull a clarifier here because this is interesting to me, and I don't like. They want to tell you about it. They want to tell you, and they want to tell you just how hard everything is right now, and how scared they are. What do they want to talk about, Spirit? What do they want to tell Pile 3? Aww. Aww. Pile 3. That's what they're obsessed with. They're obsessed with, so yeah, they are very collaborative on the inside and on the surface. And they want to tell you that they see something with you that is basically a partnership. They're obsessed with it. They're obsessed with you. They're obsessed with having friendship with you, having and again, this might not be romantic necessarily, but you know, I think for most people it will be. But so take what resonates. But this can be romantic, but it can also be like chosen family, friendship, family, even like actual family. It's joy, it's connection, it's that happily, not necessarily the happily ever after that the Ten of Cups is, but it's funny that the Ten of Cups is the happily ever after, but the Ten of Swords is like the happily never after. How did I miss this? We have the Nine of Swords and then we have the Ten of Swords. So the truth is the Nine of Swords. Why the Ten of Swords? Why for the what's unsaid? Yeah, they've been hurt bad. They've been hurt real bad. But they mean well. And they're really good at teamwork and collaboration. No wonder they're so burnt out. No wonder they're tired of this grandpa. You know? And of course they don't overshare, because every time they do, it backfires. Yeah. So that's what they want to know, that they're obsessed. Obsessed is such a bad word. That they think about the future a lot. They think about being happy. They think about teamwork, collaboration, joy, friendship, partnership, romance, reunion, union, life, love, pursuit of happiness, all of the above. And that's what they want to tell you. So, pile 3, if you're leaving me here, thank you so much. I hope this resonated with you in some way. If it did, please let me know in the comments below. And if you would like to join me in the extended reading, that will be in the description below as well. Should be on Etsy. Again, I'm not sure where I'm all putting it, but we'll see. Might be on Vimeo, might be YouTube itself. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but we'll figure that out as we go. If you want to purchase that, that'll be in the description below. Their intentions, likely movement. We'll get a message from their higher self and the potential outcome of this relationship or connection. So, but if you're leaving me here, then thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please like it. If you dislike it, go ahead and dislike. It doesn't matter to me none. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe and be sure to share this with your friends so that I can continue to grow and make better content for you guys. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 4. Welcome to your reading. This is Hear My Hope, What They Want to Say, and you are the last group on the list, and I am sorry to say that I am doing this way late, much later than the other piles, because I got busy with the holidays, but so if things look different, then I probably said this in another one, because I did these way, like, apart from each other, so if things look different from pile to pile, and you happen to watch all the other piles, forgive me. I am still getting used to this and my new schedules, and trying to fit everything into and with my regular videos, which I have on my gaming channel, if you want to go check that out if you're new here. Anyway, so this is Hear My Hope. It's a Hazbin Hotel themed reading, and right now we're going to do a little quick energy check with your energy versus their energy, your person on your mind's energy. So we'll start with you. The Knight of Wands reversed, and this is the Golden Wheels Tarot card deck. Excuse me, can't talk. Oof. The King of Swords. Yeah, and if the angles look weird too from pile to pile, I'm trying to figure out the best way to get this set up. I'm sorry, there's this giant shadow in the way. That looks terrible, but it is what it is for now, so. Alright, finishing off with pile number 4's energy check, spirit. Let me please just continue tuning me into their energy. Oh, the Tower reversed. Interesting. Okay, can I just say the Tower in this deck is Shady Pines, and I think that is freaking hilarious. So that's the Tower reversed. Wow, you've got some stuff going on. Spirit, tune me into pile 4's person's energy, if you don't mind. The Ace of Cups in the upright. The Six of Cups reversed. And one more. Please, thank you, Spirit. The 10. Is there a 2 here? Hang on. I feel like there's something stuck. Okay, yes. 10 of Pentacles. Reversed. And then finally, what is connecting the two of you? 4 of Swords in the reverse. Okay. So, one second. So with the Nine of Wands in reverse, that can indicate burnout. I feel like a lot of my piles have had a burnout somewhere in their reading recently. Either this reading or the last one. The King of Swords in reverse points to like manipulation, but I don't think it's you that's being manipulative. Maybe you're being manipulated. Maybe it can mean someone or you is trying to control the narrative to suit their or your ego. Or when you're just disconnected from your own truth, whatever that means to you. So that combined with burned out, combined with the Tower reversed, and the Tower reverse is basically like you're resisting something that's in motion, a breakdown of some sort, not just anything. And I'm looking online at some of these meanings, but it can also apparently mean the shakeup, quote unquote, has already happened, and now you're navigating the aftermath. Internal transformation, private reckoning, breakdown behind the scenes. So yeah. Burnout combined with ego manipulation, truth manipulation, and you're going through quite a transformation, basically. Something's not working in your life and you want to fix it. Is what it all comes down to. Now, let's look at your person, the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups kind of points to like new love. It can mean emotional potential, fresh start, creatively, spiritually. While Six of Cups in reverse points to nostalgia. So it could be that your person makes you feel nostalgic or that you make them feel nostalgic. Remember something from the past. And then with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, that is usually well, in the upright, I'll just say this. In the upright, it's like financial stability, generational wealth, belonging, something that's been building for a while. But in the opposite, it's sort of challenging that. So, yeah, it's something about you or this person shakes things up in a good way. So yeah, there's a lot of newness, I would say, and but also nostalgia at the same time. It's a very like new but old feeling. Kind of getting like twin flame energy in a way, like, someone that you might meet and you feel like you've known them forever, but you just met them. That sort of thing. So yeah, that's exciting. Your connecting card energy is the Four of Swords reversed. So the two of you have been kind of like hiding from the world. There's maybe something in both of your lives that's kind of imbalanced and you're ready for a change. So pile 4, if this sounds like your pile, if that sounds like your person, if that sounds like you, then this might be your reading. If not, then maybe look and see if there's something else that resonates for you. If not, or if it does sound like you, then stick around. First card we're drawing here is the Mask. not to be confused with Jim Carrey. The Page of Pentacles reversed, and this is your person's mask. Then we have the Truth. So this is the mask is what they choose to share. Outward facing, the Truth is the Seven of Pentacles. What's unsaid with this person? The Eight of Pentacles reversed. Lots of pentacles, man. Why is this unsaid? I'll always forget if it's why it's unsaid or why they feel this way. So the truth and what's unsaid is a little bit different. So unsaid's like maybe they'll share it with you, maybe they won't. And then the why. Why won't they share it with you? Or why is it that they feel this way? We'll interpret it when we get there. The Star. All Blanche, apparently. And then finally, what is it that they wish for you to know? The Nine of Cups. Finally, we have Rose coming in. So this is somebody who on the outside might look like they are kind of distracted, maybe procrastinate a lot, and don't follow through, which is a weird thing to see on the outside. Maybe it's that you don't really see them. Okay, got my baby with me. Maybe it's that you don't see them making progress, or you don't see them taking action as much as you feel like you should. So therefore you kind of assume that nothing's getting done. What are you? Okay. It's the next day because it was not happening. Trying to do a reading with 2 kids in the room. So, this is insane. Anyway, so like I was saying, this person, their mask might seem that like they're procrastinators. Maybe you don't see them get a lot of stuff done. And that's not to say they are getting stuff done, but they might come across as someone who is distracted, maybe up in their head a lot. Maybe someone who talks like a big game. That's not for all of you, of course, but it could be somebody that kind of talks a lot or says something, maybe makes a lot of promises that they necessarily can't keep. Again, that's not for everyone, but that is kind of something that I'm picking up on as someone who, but for most of you, I believe it's just like somebody who is either easily distracted or maybe procrastinates in some way, or at least that's how they look on the surface. But on the truth of the matter, we have the Seven of Pentacles, which can represent patience, progress, investment. It says it's a moment to pause and assess. So actually that makes a lot of sense. So, someone who might seem kind of distracted on the outside, on the inside, they very maybe introspective and very, they've planted the seeds and now they're waiting for them to grow. So they've done the work. It might see that makes a lot of sense. They've planted the seeds. They're waiting for them to grow. So, if you just met this person, it might seem like they aren't doing anything and they're just kind of sitting on their hands. But in reality, they are at a point where they've done everything they can, and they're just waiting for that work to pay off. So as far as what's left unsaid and what may never be said, we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is interesting because it's, right after the Seven of Pentacles, but this one isn't in reverse. So I want to look at the upright meaning for the Eight of Pentacles first. Again, it's a card of dedication, nose to the grindstone, but in reverse, it's someone who is burnt out, bored, stuck in a rut kind of energy. Which would make sense considering if this is someone who's already done the work and there's no more work to be done and it's just waiting for the fruits of their labor. I can see that. Like, they've done stuff, now they have to wait, which I don't think that your person had any sort of like burnout up here. I think it was more you that was in the burnout. There might still be some burnout. I can't remember. Let me look it up real quick. I believe the Six of Cups reverse can indicate burnout, but I have forgotten a lot of things. Oh, it's nostalgia. That's right. Why is this? Shut up. Ten of Pentacles reversed. That might indicate some burnout as well. Financial instability, family tension. Kind of, in a way. But not entirely. But yeah, it's someone who is bored and doesn't want to wait for this stuff to, whatever it is that they've been investing in and working on, they don't want to wait for it, but they are kind of at a crossroads where they have to. So yeah, and then the why, I'm gonna guess this is why they feel that way. Not necessarily maybe why they wouldn't tell you this. Although I suppose it could be kind of hard sometimes to open up and admit when, we are... Is that a bird? Sorry, I'm the distracted one here. You can't tell if there's something fluttering on the outside of this bush right outside my window, or if it's a bird. Because if it's a bird, I'm interested. But if it's part of my flag that I have and it's fluttering, yeah, okay. So the star as the why: renewal, faith, inspiration, spiritual alignment. Healing is happening. Yeah. It's exactly what I said. The why is why they don't either want to tell you or why they feel that way. And I believe it makes sense for why they're feeling that way. They don't like to be, they don't like to be idle, I'm seeing. This says the path is illuminated even if you can't see the full picture yet. So again, they're kind of stuck on their hands. They're sitting on their hands and they're not sure what comes next they're kind of sure what comes next, but they have to wait for it. And that's just not something that they enjoy. The work's been done. They're waiting for something to happen and they don't like to wait. So what is it they wish for you to know as far as this relationship goes? Again, this could be romantic. It could be, I guess I kind of jumped into it. I didn't really explain much because I was rushing, but, this could be romantic and it probably is for a lot of you, but it doesn't have to be. The Nine of Cups, basically what they want for you to know is they are content. You can see Betty White here, or Rose, eating
the cheesecake because she looks super happy. So this is a card about contentment. It's a card about wish fulfillment. You've gotten everything you've wanted and you're proud of yourself. So I don't know if this is necessarily them saying, I'm proud of myself. I've done the work and now I'm proud of myself and now I'm happy. Or if they're saying, I'm proud of you. I'm happy you're here. You're what I want. You're what I've wished for all my life. It could be either or. It could be both. It could be something along the lines of, you make me complete. I've done all this work on myself, spiritually, financially, emotionally. The only thing left to do is find someone who loves me, and that's you. That's kind of what I'm picking up. That's not going to be for everyone. If this is somebody you're in like no contact with, then, that might not be the case. If that's the case, it might be someone who's like, I've done the work and I am at a point now where I'm ready to open up again. But I feel like the majority of you it's like you're the missing puzzle piece. I could pull a clarifier. So, I think it might be for both. I think both of those explanations are correct for many of you. But Spirit, what are they happy about? Is it pile 4? Are they happy about the work they've done themselves? Like, what exactly are they happy about? Whoopsies. I'm going to put this right here. So the 3 of Wands. I love this card with Sophia looking out. Well, this just made me more confused. So, okay, let me read this. The 3 of Wands is what happens when a bold plan meets real determination. You've already made the choice. You've already lit the fuse. Now you're watching the horizon for signs that it's working. Spoiler, it is. This card is all about expansion, foresight, and trust in the process. It's the entrepreneurial spirit, the long-distance crush. The leap of faith with just enough backup to make things exciting instead of reckless. The view is wide. The energy is rising. Stay with it. When it's upright, it signals progress. We're past the should I phase. Now it's about pacing yourself through the becoming. Again, I feel like that just confused me more. But I think both explanations are here. It's either somebody who, and I like that it says long distance, I'm thinking maybe that is, for most of you, the case is, maybe somebody with no contact, I haven't heard from in a while. Maybe someone who disappeared to work on themselves. Because, with her looking out from the distance, it kind of makes me think somebody who's far away, right? So that makes sense to me. It could be somebody who, feels complete with you in their lives. And I'm sure even if it is somebody who you've not talked to in a while, they probably do feel a sense of completeness with you in their lives. Again, grain of salt, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I'm not one to give you, a bunch of false hope. If this is something that's not working and you need to, if this is more toxic than anything and you need to work on yourself. But this is definitely somebody who's done the work on themselves and is ready to let you know that they're happy, whatever that means. Many of you, it'll be that they're happy by themselves. Some of you, it'll be that they're happy by themselves, and some of you that it'll be happier with you. I feel more like it's I've done the work, and now I can tell you that I'm truly happy. So take that for what it is. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna leave this reading here. And if you would like to join me in the extended, the link for that will be in the description below. There will be an Etsy link and a Patreon link. Either one is fine, whichever one you prefer. But if you're going to leave me here, then thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please like it. If you dislike it, go ahead and dislike it. Doesn't matter to me none. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe and be sure to share this with your friends so that I can continue to grow and make better content for you guys. So once again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.